What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your Ward of the Minchi Shrine, and today, back with this little setup here, you'll notice that the camera angle and quality and all that is different, and that is because this video is being recorded off my phone as opposed to the PlayStation, where my past couple videos like this have been recorded. Let me know how you guys like this setup a bit more. If you like this one a bit more, I kind of like the aesthetic of having the microphone just like in the corner of the screen, so maybe I'll put the microphone in even though I can't connect it to my phone, so like the microphone will just be there, it won't actually be picking up anything. I don't know, I like the aesthetic of it. But if you guys like these kinds of videos, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's just get right on in to the topic of this video, which is the unit problem. Now, I've mentioned this before, a whole bunch of YouTubers have mentioned this, and that's there's no reason to summon for new units, but I think that is more apparent now than ever before. Not only has the most recent Legends All-Star banner made it very hard to pull the new units, because even though it's a guaranteed sparking in every multi, they made it so that the new units have a 12 times less chance of appearing than the other units. All the other units on the banner have a 12 times higher chance of dropping. So it's just like, why would you even bother when obviously the thing you're going for is the new unit? And outside of Legends All-Star banners, where, you know, everything does have 1%, but there's a lot more units, there's no reason to summon because Zenkais exist. And realistically, let's say you get lucky and you do pull the new unit, what on earth is your 2-star unit gonna do against these 7-star 7 to 14-star Zenkai 7 units? Like genuinely, what is your 2-star unit gonna do? Like, the new LF Future Gohan is really good, but at 2 stars, he just doesn't hold a candle to the Zenkai units. Like, he's nothing. He's nothing. I remember a time where Legends Limited units were the pinnacle. There was a time when Legends Limited units were the tier list, because they were all just so good, minus a few outliers like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But for the most part, LF units, Legends Limited units, were the best units in the game. There was a time when Vegito Blue was so good that even the Zenkais that came out before him weren't even really better than him. I mean, he even managed to surpass units like Zenkai Beerus as the best unit in the game. Like, he was up there. He was the best ever. Sure, maybe Zenkai Buu was probably better than him, but that was just because of the fact that he was so tanky but could also do a lot of damage, locked you in, healed the whole team. Like, he was the ultimate package. So, and Zenkai Buu is probably the best Zenkai of the old Zenkai era. You could argue Beerus, but I think Buu was a bit better simply because his team was better at the time. Beerus obviously was, I think Beerus might have been the better unit, but Regen was the better team, so he was the better option to invest 21,000 crystals in at the time. But even then, like, if you had Vegito Blue, you just won. Nowadays, like, when he came out, we were all talking about how when the day comes that Vegito Blue gets power crept, it was going to be a sad day. And it didn't even take him 6 months to get power crept. It took him 4. It took him 4 months to get power crept by LF Gohan. And now things have gotten so stupid that Vegito Blue not only isn't even in Z tier, he's not even in S tier anymore. Because both the Z and S tiers are almost exclusively taken up by Zenkai units. Zenkais are so ridiculously powerful that it pretty much just destroys any need to actually summon for anything. And I mean, like, if you spend a lot of money on the game and if you Goresh the game and 14-star every unit, then you could probably get away with using new units. But especially if you're free to play, you're just happy to have the unit at all, let alone, you know, at high stars. So that's pretty much, and that's pretty much all you can really do. You can just be happy that you have the unit. That's it. You can't use them. What the hell are you gonna do? What the hell are you gonna do with a 2-star unit? Just Zenkai shit. All these Zenkais, just take them out. The yellow freeze is probably like one of the worst Zenkais we've gotten in a hot minute. And I would still even say that he just completely tramples over the newest red unit, which is Launch. Launch could probably take him out offensively, but defensively, she doesn't stand a chance. The man's rocking 290,000 strike attack, and even a red unit can't handle that. And the thing about Legends All-Star banners is if you do pull the unit, you can get them to 6 stars through the missions. Well, you can get them to 5 stars, and then you're 100 Z power away from 6. It's the dumbest thing ever. I hate it. They force you to spend an extra 100 Z power that you get on your own to get them to 6. I'm just like, bro, why? But even at 6 stars, Launch isn't going to do anything to Final Form Frieza, Zenkai Frieza. She's just not. And Zenkais are so stupidly powerful that you could realistically run a team of Zenkais that don't go together, like team synergy-wise in any way, and it would probably still do better than most actual teams simply because of how good they are. And there's no reason to summon. Like, we're about to hit this 1,000 day celebration. Valentine's Day is literally today as you are watching this video. And are you going to summon? Are you going to summon for whatever we get on like Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever? Probably not. If we get a Zenkai, sure. But I don't think we're going to get a Zenkai till next week, since Frieza came out this week, and Zenkais come out every other week, so next week should be the Zenkai. So realistically, it's just better to save your crystals for the Zenkais, and again, you could just run a team of a bunch of random Zenkais and do well, because they're so stupidly powerful, as long as they're like really good. Like, you could run a team of LF Gohan, Red Gogeta, Android 18, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Trunks, and then God Vegeta. Hell, Trunks will be buffing Gohan as he buffs Future and Hybrids with his Z ability. But other than that, those units don't go together whatsoever, but you could probably still make it work because of how stupid those Zenkais are. Or I suppose you could also replace Super Saiyan 2 Trunks with like Super Saiyan Blue Goku or Namek Goku if you have them. And then you could probably replace God Vegeta with LF Piccolo if you have him. But either way, you could still make it work. And with new units, you summon a unit, you get a unit to 2 stars, you Z power them up to 3, maybe 4. Maybe you get 2 copies of them, you can Z power them up to 5. They're still not going to do anything. So what do I mean by the unit problem now that we're 8 minutes into this video? What is the unit problem? The new unit problem is the fact that you might as well not release them. This game is essentially just Zenkais. There's no reason to even release new units at this point, because the whole purpose in their heads about Zenkais is these are units that are supposed to last a long time. That's why these Zenkai units are so freaking powerful, because they're meant to last a very long time. Because these units are most likely never going to be buffed again. Ever. So they need to last a long time. But unfortunately, in designing a unit that lasts for a very long period of time, you make them abhorrently broken in the moment. Right now, the new Zenkais break the game. They're not fun to play against. They're boring to use because they're so powerful. And they are a pain in the ass to fight for anyone who doesn't have them. For anyone who just wants to actually use units. I'd say the only reliable team that has no Zenkais on it that you can actually win matches with at a high rank is like Rival Universe. That's it. And even then, you probably need them all at decently high stars. Like, I've been using my Rival Universe team the past couple days. I've been having a bit of fun. Been beating the hell out of some Zenkai teams. Told Gohan, 18, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Gogeta, Bardock, told them all to go fuck themselves with Jiren. Jiren just doesn't care. Jiren just comes in and says, I'm a Jiren you right quick, and I'm a just fucking... Jiren is actually a lot of fun to play because he just doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't give a shit about your Zenkai. And my Jiren's at 7 stars, so he can actually do that. Dispo's very good, 7-star Dispo. I have a 6-star Champa if I need a yellow. My Topo's only at 3, but he can do decent damage at 3 stars. He can't take a damn hit, but he can do alright damage with type advantage. I mean, I also have Lavender on the team, but I only ever bring him if there's like a really pesky green unit that I need to deal with, like Kefla. And more often than not, Jiren just ends up taking care of Kefla, and Lavender just kind of gets sacked off to a Rising Rush, but whatever. My Lavender's only at 5 stars, so leave me alone. But like, that's like the only team that you can realistically use that doesn't have any Zenkais on it. You can use Future without Zenkai Trunks, but the team is just infinitely better with him. And it's like, you mean to tell me that some people spent 20, 30, 40, 50,000 crystals. Some people used all the crystals they had. Some people even paid money for Vegito Blue. And then less than a year later, he has essentially been replaced on every single team he could go on except Fusions. And it's just a matter of time before they Zenkai the Blue transforming Gogeta, and Vegito just gets knocked off the Fusion team as well. Vegito Blue was supposed to still be the best unit in the game. Like, there's no reason why Vegito Blue is not still the best unit in the game. But Zenkai, it exists in the way that it does. And today's video was going to be more about me talking about how I would have designed Zenkais originally. Like, if Zenkai was a thing that was, coming out this week's update, how I would have done it. But I figured I would do that later and talk about the actual problem that exists with Zenkais. And it's just the fact that they're way too powerful. They invalidate everything. They invalidate every extreme unit, and a lot of extremes are really good in comparison to some sparkings and past extremes. They invalidate every sparking unit. They invalidate every LF unit. They invalidate all of the original Zenkais that you had to get through, like, friendship missions, the Zenkai missions. I mean, most of them even invalidate themselves, or each other, I should say. It's like, you get this uber tier Zenkai unit, and then 2 weeks later, new one comes out that not only has type advantage over the last one, but is also just straight better. So it's like the new Zenkai units, they outdate themselves within a month. It's so stupid. And I don't understand why they would do that, because it's just going to end up losing them money at the end of the day. When people become smart enough to just stop summoning for new units, when there are enough Zenkais to actually, like, fill an entire team with just 6 Zenkai units, people are going to stop summoning for new units. The only reason why people summon for new units still is 1, because they want to, and 2, because there are still a couple slots left on a team that you gotta fill out. But Sun Family literally only needs 1 more. All they need is a green. All Sun Family needs is a green unit. And they will have officially had a Zenkai unit with the Sun Family tag of every single color. Meaning you can run a full Zenkai Sun Family team with 1 non-Zenkai bench unit. And all you need is, like, maybe a double defense buffer on the back end, and your team is invincible. That's it. That's all Sun Family needs. Technically, androids have the red cell, but he's not all that great. But all androids need is a Zenkai purple unit, and you have 1 of every single color. It's just like, what reason would there be for me to summon, like, say Ranger 17 comes out anytime soon, if he is not purple, or if we get a purple Android Zenkai before he comes out, There'd be zero reason to summon for him outside of him maybe having a good Z ability. If he's got like a super busted Z ability, the only reason I can see for someone summoning a unit, maybe like by the end of the year, the only reason to summon for a new unit will be if they buff every single stat with their Z ability at 3 stars. They have to be doing health, strike attack, strike defense, blast defense, critical, key restore speed, special move damage. They literally have to be doing all of that with their Z ability at 3 stars in order for you to even have the smallest reason to summon for them. And even then, they'll just be bench. That's it. They'll just be bench. You'll pull one copy, get 100 multi-Z power, get into 3 stars, get all those buffs, put them on the bench. They'll be that one bench unit. That's it. How are you supposed to make money that way? Like, how are you supposed to make any money? Like, I hate the pull rates in Legends, but I can acknowledge the fact that they make a lot of money. Having units damn near impossible to pull makes you a lot of money. But when you have all these guaranteed Zenkais, and the thing is, like, well, eventually we're gonna run out of old Zenkais, and they're gonna start Zenkaiing the units that we didn't summon for. As if that matters, they have the boost missions. You spend 2,000 crystals, you don't even have to have the unit, you get them to 7 stars immediately and a Zenkai level, spend another 6,000 crystals, boom, Zenkai 7 unit. Snap with that hand. Boom, 7 stars, Zenkai 7 unit. It's not like you're summoning for new units, so you'll have the crystals to do it. You see the problem here? They have essentially made it so that you can't summon for shit. You don't have to. You don't have to summon. It's just a bad business decision. Zenkai should have been this thing that made old units good. Not this thing that made old units essential. You should have still been able to run a team without a Zenkai. And nowadays, Sun Family is just Zenkai units. Androids, just Zenkai units. Future is the only one with only like one Zenkai that's like actually like kind of essential. Would have been nice if the Legends Road units were actually good so that they all didn't need Zenkais. The thing about Legends Road is once Legends Road actually does have like a full team of 6 Zenkais, they'll be the best team in the game because their Zenkai abilities buff the entire tag. Unless it takes us 5 years to get the rest of those Zenkais, they're going to end up being the best team in the game. Hell, I'd say by the time their next Zenkai comes out, they'll probably be the best. Kid Goku will still be good, so it's not like you'll need the new Yellow and Piccolo yet. Piccolo realistically won't need to be released for another like 2 years. The next Zenkai is going to be Great Saiyaman, and it fits. The only color they're missing at that point is red, which would be Yardrat Goku, who I don't remember where he placed. I think he was the last one before the green Gohan. So his is probably a little ways away. Piccolo came out before him. So his is probably still a little ways away, but what does it matter? By that point, you've got so many damn Zenkai buffs, you can just use Yardrat Goku without the Zenkai. Zenkai has ruined this game, and I know I've talked about this a lot of YouTubers have talked about this, but Zenkai is ruining the game from a business standpoint. Like, at this, like, we all know it's ruining PvP. It's already ruined PvP, there's no reversing it at this point. But Zenkai is actually ruining the game from a business standpoint. Because there's only so much more time in which people are going to summon for new units. This game is going to shut down much earlier than it should, simply because people are going to stop spending money. The only way you're going to get people to spend money in a year's time is if you remove PvE entirely. You'd have to remove PvE and PvP rewards entirely so that people are forced to pay money to buy crystals. That's the only way. And it's just not smart business. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this We've been here for about 20 minutes now. These videos tend to go on a bit longer. Let me know how you guys like them. Like, seriously, I enjoy these videos. If I record them off my phone, they're quite simple to make. Off my PlayStation, it's a very ridiculous process. But do let me know how you guys like these videos, because I think it allows me to really just talk on a more professional level. Since I'm actually looking at you guys, you know, you can interact. Not like interact with me, but I'm actually talking to you, not just at a screen. So do let me know how you guys like this format of video. If you enjoyed this one and agree with anything I said, do make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that join button if you can. It really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are down there in the description below. And I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next Zenkai. Peace.